So we still going with this whole Candice is the problem. That's what we going with. All right. Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for The Real Housewives of Potomac. This is a reunion part 2. Now, of course, we're picking up where we left off. We are still chastising Candice for her mouth. And everybody feels like Candice is just lethal. You know, her tongue is just lethal. And like Wendy pointed out, she lands every read, you know. Candice, of course, is defending her mouth, defending herself, saying that, you know, the other ladies have done the very same thing. But I'm the only one that's held to a different standard. We move the goalpost every time for everybody else, you know, and for everything else. But when it comes to her, it's all bad. And what we are talking about is your mama. Your mama. I don't want to talk about last season. You know, people love to throw that out there. But last season, Monique this, Monique. That lady ain't even on the show. She's not here. So why are we talking about her? We're not in last season. We are in this season where Mia brought her ass to that lady's video shoot and then disrespected it and her by calling it low budget. Not only did she do that, you know, once confronted with her comments, you know, with her mama and all of that, because not only did she do that, she was walking around with Candice's mom, you know, running her mouth. She got questions. She got comments behind that girl's back, calling her video shoot low budget, all of that. And so in retaliation, Candice's response is, your mama's low budget. And that is what's so lethal. A old school your mama dig. We're not doing that. Y'all are not going to gaslight that woman into apologizing for saying your mama. And I don't blame her for not apologizing. Candice don't be apologizing because why? Why? You coming for me. And so I'm just retaliating. You know, my bad if it stung, but ain't nobody apologizing for the things that she said when most times, and I'm not going to say all, because sometimes it's like, woo, Candice, girl, you ain't had to go there. You know, sometimes we get that. And then other times it's like, girl, good for you. Good for you. When she threw Ashley out of her home and then had to pick up a butter knife and get a little bit aggressive because an intruder was in her home and refused to leave. Good for you, Candice. Good for you. When that same girl continues to dig and poke, every chance she gets, she's throwing in your face something unnecessary, you know, something shady, and trying to bait you. Good for you, Candice. Get her. Ashley is, like I said, relentless. And so you have to deal with people like Ashley exactly the way Candice deals with her. When it came to Monique, since everybody loves to talk about the Monique situation, Candice wasn't the aggressor then either. Like, you poke at me all season long, and then when I got me some drinks in me, so of course I'm gonna bite the bait. Of course. Okay, let's go. Okay, friend, let's go. You know, and it turns physical. It's still Candice's fault. I don't understand why everything is Candice's fault. Why she's the worst of the worst on this cast when they all have said very nasty things to one another. On the very first episode, Karen told Giselle that she was a broken whore from Hampton University with a fiery box. Now, had Candice said it, it would be, you can't say things like that. Karen shouldn't have said none of that. But nobody had no smoke for her. And then Giselle's response to that was, well, we can do that back and forth and nobody wants to fight. Okay, again, you just proved my point. Spar with words, don't get physical. Candice doesn't get physical. Does she escalate and posture? Yes. But so does the person she's talking to. You know, like, Candice is never bullying anyone. I don't know if we all are watching the same show or what show people are watching. But the one that I watch, I don't watch Candice provoke anything. I don't watch Candice do anything to anybody else that hasn't been done. We talk about the body shaming with Mia and Ashley. Ashley's big forehead, wide body, whatever. Okay, when I'm arguing with somebody, like these reads are, I don't want to say they're lazy, but like she said, she's taking it easy on you. You know, like it's the where I'm just gonna pull at the low hanging fruit. You know, because I could really go there, but I don't want to. You know, like I'm just gonna pull at the low hanging fruit, which is, you know, you just had a baby. I know you feel a way about your body right now after just having a baby. Why, body? I know I hurt you. I know I got you. You know, your forehead. I know you done heard all the forehead jokes, and I'm gonna keep them coming. You know, it's kind of like when Martin gets on Gina's big head. You know, like she knows she got a big head. The big head joke's been coming forever. And I'm going to throw it at you every time I see you because I know that it's a dig that gets you. You know, and so that's the point of it all when you're going back and forth with somebody, when you're sparring with words. So I don't get why we're all making it seem like, because they were really going around, all the ladies like kind of like pleading with her to understand their point, you know, to understand that she should, you know, dial it back. And Karen is over there. Do you talk to people like that in the street like that? Because the way you told me to go to hell. And Candice is like, okay, let's go back there then again. Yeah, I said it, but do you remember why I said it? Like we always forget the beginning. We love to start right there in the middle and how it escalated. You know, not how we got there, not what riled her up or what, you know, is the reason for Candice's, you know, her, not, I wouldn't say her outburst, but for her words, her sharp words. She's just retaliating. And you can't tell people how angry to get after you have come for them. Like, we're going to say that over and over and over again here on this channel because I believe in that. Like, you coming for me, saying something to me, disrespecting me, whatever I got to give, that's just what I got to give. Okay? Andy changes the subject to Mia and her mouth on Twitter because last year, you know, he had to have this come to Jesus with Candice about how she was a disaster on Twitter. But this time, it's Mia who's a disaster on Twitter. We get all of her many nasty tweets to the girls. And also, Ascala is back. She's out on the stage as well, sitting next to Mia. And we have to hash out what she said about the ladies and how we're like, girl, what are you doing? And she right away owns it. You know, I guess that's supposed to be a dig at Candice. Like, well, I can own it. Girl, whatever. She says she owns it. And, you know, but she doesn't own it. She owns it but doesn't own it because she blames it on a social media manager. Really, girl? So now the social media manager is the person that's berating the girls on Twitter. And Candice says, so your social media manager blocked me? Are you blocked? Girl, you know you blocked me. You know you blocked me. Don't play with me. Mia says that it was the social media manager and she's going to get with said social media manager and deal with them. And, you know, going forward, this won't be. Andy makes excuses for her, making it seem like this is just, you know, first season type of woes, you know, because she's this is her first season. That's the reason for her, you know, kind of losing it over there on Twitter. Nah, whatever. Because Mia and Candice made up on the boat. And after the show, after they film and all of that, you know, everything once everything airs, now you on Twitter running your mouth, like really dragging the people. So, yeah, they have to call her to the carpet for that because, girl, no ma'am. Mia gets a question about, you know, all of this money talk and her being kind of braggadocious, a scholar is one to attest to that, because it's you always talking about your money, you always talking about this and that. Oh, speaking of a scholar, she also had her receipts on hand because she was another victim of Mia's her Twitter rants. And so a scholar had all of these printouts of these tweets that Mia has sent her way, and Mia's like, "Oh, can I see those?" Girl, why you need to see them? Why you need to see them? Because you know what was said. You already know what's on there. So don't act like you don't know. She's really trying to make it seem like I don't have time to sit around and think about the ladies. Like, I don't have time for them. And Candice is like, girl, that's not how we're gonna make friends. You can't just dismiss us as if we are expendable, or it's like, I don't have to deal with them. Girl, you do. You're on a cast and you do have to deal with somebody, or else like, who you gonna film with? We really don't care about Gordon and them kids like that, or your mama. So yeah, because we've done that storyline a time or two with Keisha Cole and them. And her mama, and with Frankie and them, God rest her soul. We've dealt with that, with the whole mama, was on drugs, and mama, Ashley's story was like that. I felt like Ashley's mama had a little history, had a little bout with the addiction. She gives it's all over her. It's all over Ashley mama that she's a recovered addict. And so we've done this before, Mia. So if you're not going to film with these girls, then who is it going to be? So yeah, you need to make nice. You can't be on Twitter dragging people. Whatever, girl. Anyway, they talk about a scholar, explains why she feels that Mia, was classist. Because it's you every time we see you, it's how many businesses I have, how I'm such a boss, and how much money I've made, and all of that. It's tacky. And a scholar says she don't like it. That's just that, cut all of that out. So yeah, that's Andy made excuses for it all. It's her first season. Whatever, Andy, whatever. The ladies break, and when they go on their break, we say bye to the scholar and all of that, and they break, and Wendy goes in the room with Candice, and that's her girl. So you good, girl. I got your back all the time. I got your back. Don't even worry about it. It's me and you, sis. I got you. They just having a, got to see about your girl. She does, kind of, Wendy be kind of checking Candice. It's kind of like, girl, yeah, you can go kind of far. You can go kind of far. You land every read. We just gonna say that. You land them all. Candice, when they were out there, Candice is like, should I not land them to spare feelings? No, Candice, land every read, okay? Land them all. Forget these people and their little feelings, because they can't compete, when it comes to sparring with words. They can't do it. They can't do it. People get emotional and then they want to fight, I guess. Because not to go back there, but both Giselle and Robin, or I don't know who it was really like they're gonna condone not Wendy, Mia jumping on that girl if she had done it. It was like, well, if she had done it, I wouldn't. But last year, y'all don't condone fighting. It's never okay. When it was Monique, y'all just wanted her gone. Anyway, they get back, from their little break, and now we're going to Giselle and Karen's whole friendship, the breakdown, the how they've made up, all of that. We see the whole montage, and when we come back, we're going to start with Karen's comments about Giselle's box. So the fiery box comment. Karen says she just was throwing something out there. She had heard on the street. Word on the curb is that it is a hot box, so I was just throwing that out there. They rehash, what was said and all of that. Karen says she apologized to Hampton University. She ain't got no beef with them, but it was still a rumor that Giselle was a loose one. That she was, one of the girls that was getting around. That's just what the word on the curb is, Miss Ma'am. Karen say, I was just repeating what I heard. Yeah, we went left, like we went dark, and that, like, there's no excuse for that. She says that she felt like they both went dark. So there's that. Don't be coming for Karen, because Karen say, listen, I just was trying to keep the momentum going, but I feel like we both took it left. Giselle wants an apology from Wendy for Wendy looking her. She said she gave Grace a funky look, a stank look. We run the footage back, and all I see is Wendy just like, she ain't really give her nothing, really. It's just like, looking at the girl. I don't even remember what Grace had on. I feel like Grace's dress was real short. So that's probably what she was looking at, like, girl, what? Your mama let you out like that? Or they really about to let this girl move this car? I don't think it was anything like that, but Wendy say, okay, whatever. Like, if Grace was offended, please tell her that I apologize, but be ready to apologize to my boys when it's your turn to apologize to my boys. And she gonna say, I stood up for their father. What are you talking about? Girl, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You did not. When they were talking about Giselle's comments and not Giselle's comments, Karen's comments to Giselle, Candice was over there to cut like, them fighting words too. But I mean, nobody, because I mean, the hypocrisy of it all, Candice, girl, I understand. They gonna try to make it seem like what they do ain't the same thing as what you do. But okay, girl, Karen says the difference is like we're accountable. Can you do that? Candice says yes. I've done that, but I mean, why am I apologize for what? This time around, we are not finna be rehashing last year, the year before that, or the year before that. We're talking about here and now. And when it comes to she and Mia's situation, she don't owe Mia no apology further than the one she gave her already. Like, we're not gonna continue to rehash it and go over it over and over and over again as if this girl hasn't apologized already. More than once. Like, and they were both wrong. They were both wrong. I don't understand at all. Andy asked Karen and Giselle to say something nice to one another. We've come back full circle. So I need y'all say something nice to one another. And Giselle I don't know if these were real choked up tears or not, because I ain't see Nan tear fall. But she got a little choked up talking about how when Karen came to her home, she was, bearing gifts, as well as she spoke to the girls and she embraced them. And so because she didn't take nothing out on the kids, she just feel like that's her dog for life. I mean, whatever. Whatever, moving on. Okay, we move on to Ashley's footage. I really wanted to just fast forward, sit on fast forward until we were done talking to her. All right, Ashley House postpartum this go round. She says that this time is better. I don't know if it was the placenta pills or not, but she says that she had a better experience this time. She feels better. She looks better. She's back to a happy weight, I guess. She does look good. She looks in shape. She got it right back. And so she is happy about that. Giselle gonna jump out. Oh, so you sleep with women again too? Girl, when you like to know? When you like to know? And then gonna back out like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Ashley, of course, always loves to remain ambiguous, I guess. I don't, maybe. I don't know, We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Girl, shut up. Is he gonna be a producer or not? The people think he gonna get in porn. Oh, I don't. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Nah, girl, let's talk about it right now. You don't think he's trying to do porn, Ashley? Why don't we ever expound when it's Ashley? Like, Ashley can just throw whatever response she wants out there to get the people up off of her, because she never wants to go there when it comes to talking about Michael. And so, yeah. She listen, pageant girl all the way, because every response is very pageant like, very, put together. I got me a response for this. I have a response for everything. I have an excuse for everything. Girl, Ashley, whatever. We start talking about Candice and Ashley's their breakdown again. And her comments toward Ashley, the body shaming. Candice, of course, she gonna defend. She's been defending herself all by herself all night. So, her response to it all is, she does it too. Like she body shamed Sharice and said she had saggy titties. Now look, now your titties is sagging too because you had a baby. Mine will probably be sagging too when I have a baby. Like she body shamed. We all do that, you know. So don't try to do that, Andy. Don't do that. Of course, you know, Ashley feels like they got the same size forehead. I mean, if they do or if they don't. Ashley, yours is just yours is noticeable. Like I didn't even notice Candice's forehead was big. Maybe it's because she wears her wigs low, or you know, I don't know. I didn't see it that way. Anyway, they talk about, you know, how this is no, Ashley brings up colorism, not they. Ashley brings up colorism because she just wants to address it at this point. She wants to address it and say that it doesn't exist. You know, Wendy's over there like, girl, how you gonna say it don't exist? It exists in this country. Racism and colorism exists in this country, so why not in this group? And she had her CNN commentator voice on. Go girl. Wendy wasn't having it. Okay, Wendy wasn't having it with the girls. When it came to Candice, she did defend her friend a few times when it came to the whole double standard. Ashley and Candice have made up before, you know, and they just can't seem to get on on the same page. You know, it's always something between them. And Candice is like, cause she always got something for me, you know, so I give what she give me. I'm just returning energy. That's just all it is. Andy says that there's footage out there of them in New York for Fashion Week, you know, in pictures really hanging out. So like they have to be in an okay space. Candice says that, you know, she's cool. She can hang with Ashley. That's cool and all. But a serious friendship, you know, like on a deeper level, no. She don't trust Ashley because Ashley wrote that statement. And of course, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. It's just that you wrote that statement and I can't forgive you for that. I can't forgive you for that. Okay, girl. She can't forgive it. And I understand. I understand because for one, girl, that's real underhanded to do something like that to somebody. And we had just made amends. We were just getting in a good place. And then you go behind me and say, I'm going on over here and talk about that situation that happened where you threw that knife at me and go on and make it seem like you're an aggressive type of person and go ahead and assassinate your character for the judge. I'm going to go on and do that. And that whole situation, I still feel like it was like payback. Like, I got you, girl. You had my back. You didn't release them tapes. You didn't release that footage of me groping that man. Of my husband groping that man. So I got you, girl, on the statement. That's what I think that was. And a little bit of Ashley just don't really see it for Candice. So there's that. Ashley and Candice probably ain't gonna never. I don't see it ever being the Ashley and Candice show. I just don't see it happening because Candice does not trust Ashley, and rightfully so. You can't trust Ashley. Nobody up there should trust her. Nobody up there should trust Ashley. That's a snake. If I ain't ever seen one before, that's a snake right there. It's Wendy's footage now, and you know we see how her season played out. Of course, we got to get right into this the whole rumor situation with Giselle and Robin and all of that, and I apologize if this stuff is out of order. I'm having to like go back and forth from my notes back to the camera, from the notes back to the camera, because I can't use my laptop right now because Eden is on it. So we got to do what we got to do. So I do apologize if the stuff is out of order. We're going to have to like cut it up, edit it up, get it right for the people. But if it's out of order, if I missed something, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Reunion part 3 gonna be right. Okay, we gonna be right for reunion part 3. But anyway, we're talking about Wendy and her new boobs and all of that. She explains what she's had done. She had a BBL and a breast augmentation and lift, and so go girl. Like that's what all the new mommies want. I want one myself. Well, I really just want my breasts lifted. I really just want a breast lift. My husband, finally is just like, you know what? If you want to go and get a BBL, I support you. Let's do some research. Let's talk about how much it is, and we can do that. I'm like, what? Finally? So you mean I can really go and get it? No. And then I chickened out, and it's like, I'm not doing it. I'm scared. I'm scared. But I will get a breast lift. I'm going to work out on my own and lift this booty on my own. Drop this weight on my own because I've done it before. And then we're going to go and just get these breasts lifted because, yeah, I don't know the amount of working out in the world I can do to change what gravity has done. So, yeah, I'm with you on that, Wendy. I'm with you on that. We talk about Wendy and, this change and all of that, because Robin is going to stand on, it was not like a change with your body. It's just like your personality. And like, it was concerned. Like, we were just concerned. It was nothing. We weren't trying. Girl, shut up and save it. You were being messy and you're nasty because yes, my personality has changed. Yes, I'm feeling my beats. Okay. I just got new boobs, a new ass, a new body. Yes, I have changed. Okay, yes. Coming out, I want the world to know. Because it's a new me. Okay, like I don't understand where the breakdown is for Robin, where that's confusing to her for somebody to come popping out after they get some new, some tweaks or whatever. Duh. It doesn't mean you go and fabricate some bullshit. You and your friends sitting around really going from person to person, from, within the cast group, going to the rest of the group, talking about it as if to say her surgery is overcompensating for something going on between she and her husband, giving the whole rumor airtime, all of that. Y'all were being messy. So don't try to, explain it away today. Robin loves to do that. She loves to, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean it like that. You're misinterpreting what I said. Girl, no, ain't nobody misunderstood nothing. We understand correctly. We understand very well that you're messy and you're being nasty. Period, Robin. Giselle never has anything to say. She sits back. And it's almost like she be giving Robin a look like, you got to jump in on there. Jump in and take and get her for me. Because I don't really got it off the dome like that. So go on and get her for me. We talk about Wendy and her reads, and if they're contrived or, if they've been rehearsed. And excuse me, she says, not so. I am a commentator. I do this on a daily with the best of the best. Okay. With the White House press. I got this. I can do this off the dome. Don't you worry about it. I got these girls. And I don't even know why we thought otherwise. She does this all the time. This is what she does for a living. Sparring with words intellectually at that. Over there on the CNN. So yeah, she got y'all on that. She definitely has y'all on that one. So don't try to make it a rehearsed read type of thing. Rehearsed or not, she got your ass. Wendy really is, is defending the situation with Eddie. And, because they try to make light of it, like by bringing it up, it's okay because they had so much concern behind it. And Wendy's whole thing is, you ain't had no concern for nothing. You ain't had no concern for me or for nothing, because if you did, you wouldn't have brought it to this platform. The blog site itself might have had, she said 100, might have had hundreds of views, but bringing it to this platform where there are millions of views, why would you do that? Why would you do that? And you also, trying to equate my surgery and what I did for myself is the reason is trying to keep a man, I guess. Like you got liposuction and that didn't keep Jamal. And that's where we in. And that was the shit. Shout out to Alex Rogers. I love when he says that at the end. And that was the shit. Anyway, that was it, guys. We stopped right there. Right there at that moment. So you got lipo. That didn't keep Jamal. So what are you saying? She told her that, that type of thinking is rooted in misogyny. And it is. For you to think that I would go and get a surgery to keep my husband. Girl, are you dumb? Are you for real? Don't do that. They don't like to see anything. To say the colorism doesn't exist. It very well exists. It does exist. And I've seen out there, and I'm light-skinned, guys, but I as a light-skinned woman can see the colorism. They like to say that just like white people, light-skinned people can't really see colorism, and it's like, what? It's not a nuance or nothing like that. Like, it's very overt. People who are colorists are very open with it, as far as it, demonstrating it. They're not open with it like saying I'm a colorist, but like the way they move in life, Giselle, very colorist like, only want to be around light-skinned people or light-skinned pretty people, or that's your whole clique, the light-skinned girls. Something is afoot. Something is amiss there. Within this group, it shows up with how they treat the darker complected women and how they treat the light-skinned girls. Giselle and Robin and Ashley and Karen get passes for the very same things that Wendy, Candice, and Monique have done in the past. Sharice as well. They love to ice out the dark-skinned girls and then, pull in the light-skinned girls onto the little clique. Because Ashley should have been iced out a long time ago. A long time ago. They very well, when she was all in everybody's business, when y'all was running up to her restaurant trying to warn her to stay out y'all's business. A very aggressive situation, Robin. But nothing happened. Nobody tried to ice them out. Nobody tried to call them to the carpet. It was an oversight completely. So like nobody cares about what they do. When it's Candice, we're calling everything to the carpet. Everything is, oh, that's too much. You're going below the belt. You go too low. You hit at the bone. Okay, girl. Karen. Okay, girl. It's just I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen next season as it relates to Candice, but I feel like she's finna be on the outs. I feel like it's gonna be a season of, them not filming with her. Like they love to drag it. They love to drag it. So I don't know. But I'm excited to see where Wendy takes the rest of this conversation. I think we're going to get Nikki on the next go round. I saw in the previews that Andy went backstage to greet her. So I'm thinking that she's going to finish out part 3 and 4. I don't know. The husbands are also joining next week. So we'll be back, of course. We're going to be back. Let me get off of here so that I can try to edit this the best way I can. And have it up for you guys. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.